Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTV here. Yes, I know it has been a minute. Doesn't mean I haven't been riding, doesn't mean I haven't been doing some new things over here. But yeah, it's been a minute here. So, what brings us here today? Well, that's going to be my opinions, my thoughts on the Tidal Form 35 mil rise carbon bars and how I think that they compare to the OneUp 35 mil rise carbon bars there on the bottom. On the top, that is the new OneUp alloy bar right here, released just a couple of weeks ago. If you're here for the alloy bar, you want to hear more, I haven't installed it yet. I don't have any opinions on that yet, as I filmed this in July of 2023. But bet your bottom dollar, I'm going to throw that thing on the bike and see how it compares. And if that video is already up, depending on when you're watching this, it'll pop up in a bubble at the end of this video. Kind of weird to be talking in the future, but anyway, there you go. So here's my thoughts on both companies' carbon bars. I think right now I am the perfect test mule, the perfect specimen to tell you what I think on damping, on buzz, on wooden feelings, on numbness from handlebars here at the grip. Why do I say that? I don't say that lightly. I say that because, again, this is July 2023. I had hand surgery in February of this year. And in April of this year, my freaking shoulder blew up with something called calcific tendonitis. And I am hyper aware of everything that happens at the handlebar. Add on top of that, I am the proud owner, he's pretty sarcastic, a proud owner of a 2023 RockShox Pike Ultimate 130 mil fork that will send most all washboards, braking bumps right through from the freaking ground right here to the hand. So I need all the help I can get. Little video coming up on that shortly. Maybe there's a Fox product going to be on the bike. I don't know. We'll check and see. But anyway, back to the video. What do I think about both the Tidal bars and the OneUp carbon standard bars, not the E bars? Here you go. Both of those compared to alloy bars that I've run, that would be the Renthal 35 alloy bar. That would be the Nuke Proof Horizon V2 38 mil alloy bar. All bars always at full length at 800 mil. And both of these two carbon bars are significantly better at damping the trail. Wooden. Again, I just go back to the wooden and the numb, and those sound like bad adjectives, but guys, gals, they're not. They just, I hope it comes through. You have to be realistic. This isn't suspension. This isn't, you're not going to feel the flex. They don't flex down and nothing like that. It just somehow takes that buzz down and makes it from a buzz to a how's that for a review of a handlebar? But anyway, both of them, I think anybody could probably in a blind test tell the difference. And I'm even going to throw in the Renthal Fat Bar Carbon 35, which in my experience, I had the 40 mil rise version on this not too long ago. Guys, I thought that felt almost identical to their aluminum counterpart and also the Nuke Proof alloy. I was really disappointed once I became hyper aware of what happens at that grip. I was really disappointed with that Renthal Fat Bar Carbon. So that gets us right back down now to the Tidal Form 35 versus the OneUp Carbon 35. Here we go. In a nutshell, the video's over. Both of them feel, I would say identical. I really would. I think I couldn't do a blind test in it because the Tidals, they are a 5-up 9-back sweep, where the OneUps are a 5-up 8-back sweep. So I would kind of feel the difference in hand placement for the first third of the ride, and then of course everything turns normal again. You can't tell any difference, but I would be able to tell back to back just only based on hand position and wrist angle. Other than that, they both do a fantastic job of reducing that overall buzz that gets to the grip and gets into your hands. Again, that's how I'm speaking from just your average trail rider who's really hyper aware of it. I'm not talking about from a point of view of, going to the bike park and hucking the flat off of a 5-foot drop and how do they handle. I wouldn't know that. So I can only tell you kind of, again, washboards, braking bumps, just general at speed trail chatter and what I feel at the grip. Okay, so both of them are very, very good. Why would I choose one or over the other? Well, that comes down, I think, to personal preference, comes down to price, comes down to several things. So I guess I'll say it like this. Based on what I know and how they both ride, they both do a fantastic job. If you have to have an 8, you're obviously going with the OneUp. If you have to have a 9, you're obviously going with the Title. If you don't really care either way, it gets a little bit foggier now. If you just want to save the money, the OneUps are substantially cheaper than these Titles. Then obviously, then again, you're going to go with the OneUps. And if you're a rider that's like, you know what, I kind of like the way they look. They're different. Nobody else is going to have something like that. Well, you might want to go with the Titles. They have a really cool look to them. They kind of have a point, almost like a triangular look, boxy look, but it's not like a box. It's again more like a triangle at the top. They look very freaking Will Smith and piloting a spaceship type of a handlebar. They're really cool looking. And again, that's going to be up to each their own. Every one of us has our own budget. One person's high end is another person's low end, and vice versa, right? So if you just strictly want to get in for the best trail damping chatter around for the less money, there you go. It's the OneUp. Grab it, live happily ever after, and go on about your life and ride. And if you want something different, spend a little more money, go with the Title. Here's some differences that I think are important. Maybe they're important, maybe they're not. So let's go weight-wise real quick. Weight-wise on the Titles, again, all bars uncut, all bars 800. The weight-wise on the Titles, 198 grams on my scale, guys. Ridiculous. OneUp Carbon Bars, 235 grams on my scale. And the brand new, yet unridden OneUp Alloy Bars are 339 grams on my scale. Something else, all 3 of these bars went with a third-party tester called EFBE Tri-Test. Okay, they don't have to. The companies don't have to do this. It's a third-party test. It's a higher rating than like what the industry mandates them to. They all pass that easy. But then going to the next level, not every bar company will do this. These 3 did, but there is some differences. So for the EFBE Tri-Test, categories 1 through 5. 1 is road, 2 is trekking, 3 is cross country, 4 is all mountain trail, 5 is downhill enduro, and 5 is the highest. So the form bars from Title, they are category 5, right there on their website. It's the highest, so they're the lightest bar and the highest rated from a third-party vendor testing. Pretty damn impressive. The OneUp Alloy Bars are also category 5 tested as well, the alloy bars, okay? Says right on their website. These guys, the carbon bars, all I could find, nothing on their website. All I could find was a couple-year-old test. Maybe it was the Lone Wolf, Pink Bike, Vital. It was something that I found before filming. And all it said is the OneUp carbon bars are Tri-Test certified. Did not give a category. If you guys can point me to something else, please do so in the comments and show me, because I simply couldn't find it. So all I can tell you is the carbon bars from OneUp are Tri-Test certified. The alloy bars from OneUp are category 5 certified, and the Title bars are also category 5 certified. So Title, it would be the lightest bar if, what is it? If 37 grams, yeah, math is hard. 37 grams is important to you. Well, there's 37 free grams off the 2 carbon bars. But at the end of the day, rest assured, whichever one you want to go with, budget-wise, ride-wise, whatever company you like better, whatever, you can't go wrong with either, and you're not going to be missing out on one versus the other in terms of feel. They both do a fantastic and equal job on the trail. If you, again, if you are a rider who can feel 1 PSI difference, for me, I use this gauge here, and it's a 30 PSI gauge. And just to be clear for me, this is gonna sound like a crazy person, but it is what it is. Before each and every single ride, I will set my rear tire pressure, my front tire pressure, and my fork before every ride, guys. And I know a lot of riders don't do that. I do. And so for me, I am 21 PSI in the front, I am 24 PSI in the back, and freaking fork here doesn't matter because I'm constantly chasing this thing to try to make this, try to make it feel better. It doesn't matter. So again, if you are looking to try to save some chatter off of the hands, first get that front tire PSI dialed right. Throw that toe peak gauge as far as you humanly can, and then go pick up the broken parts and recycle it. Get yourself a really nice low PSI. This is 30 PSI, so it's really granular. You can make, and you'll be surprised at how much air you have to let out just to get down half a PSI or even a third of a PSI once you get a very granular gauge like that. And you'll notice, so once you're a rider who's dialed in your front tire pressure, that's your first line of defense against the hand buzz. Once you got that dialed in, try to work your fork. If you're a freaking Pike owner like me, Charger 3, you're screwed. And then the last piece to the puzzle is going to be the bars, and then probably the grips. In my experience, grips have not made that big of a difference. Others may disagree, and that's cool. So anyway, it's long-winded, it's Thunderstruck MTB. If you just stumbled across it, yep, I talk way too much. I try to give as much info as I can. I always figure you guys can stop watching at any point in time, but I just want to give all the info I can to help you guys make a better decision. I'm not leading you towards one or the other bars. I'm just trying to give you what I kind of think as the guy that has actually used both of them on the same bike and is unfortunately currently hypersensitive to it. What I think, can't go wrong with either. Pick which one speaks to your budget, pick which one speaks to your heart in terms of looks, and be satisfied knowing that you have the best feel you can get at the grip over any other bar, aluminum bar for sure, and especially those of you that cut that bar shorter, right? If you cut that bar down to 750, 760, you're gonna be even more noticeable with these bars because, you know, leverage and science and physics and all that good stuff, right? Okay, well, oh my God, 13 minutes for a freaking handlebar video. I'm sorry, guys. All right, anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.